Veterans are some of the most important people, in my opinion, that you will ever meet in your entire life. This is because of the fact that veterans show bravery, they show honor through just their overall service and dedication to serving our country and protecting the people that are within. Now, however, there is a growing concern for the well being of our veterans because of a lot of mental trauma that they have faced during their time in the service. According to the Department of Veterans Affairs, about 6,000 veterans commit suicide every single year. Now, after serving for the protection and the overall well being of our nation, the brave men and women who step down from their military service and become veterans have a very troubled way of life afterwards, and there are many reasons why. Many veterans of all the branches of the United States military and really just the Department of Defense overall often find themselves in deep mental and spiritual trauma that they just can't seem to dig their ways out of. It's a hole that they just simply are stuck in. Now, it's because of this that they're just stuck repeating the warrior's ethos that they're indoctrinated to train. You see, when soldiers and airmen and Marines are first go through basic training, they're often referred to the idea of a warrior's ethos, which is basically an idea that trains a person to, well, just have the sole purpose of killing, to be a pure killing machine that the United States can use to its advantage. Not necessarily for good or bad, but mainly for the overall protection of the people of the United States overall. But it is because of this ethos that a lot of people tend to think negative thoughts about themselves. It's because of this negative attitude that a lot of veterans decide that they don't want to live if they're just going to be taking other people's lives in search of a better one. And it's because of these mental and emotional traumas that many soldiers and sailors and Marines, they end up choosing suicide because they feel like this is the only way out of the pain. But, even in my own experience, I've talked with many, servicemen who are active duty or even veterans, who have I've known two personally who have taken their own lives, and I've known many more servicemen who have struggled with mental trauma, and it is because of this that I really wanted to bring awareness to this subject of veteran suicide. So what does all this mean? What are we going to do with this trend in suicides among veterans? Well, one solution that comes to mind is to really just, when it comes to combating veteran suicide, it's really something that we have to combat with suicide overall. By showing love, compassion, support, and just overall dedication to someone who desperately needs it, we can show that the world is not as bad of a place that we think it is, and we can break people out of the mindset of a warrior's ethos. By taking the side of mental health and showing support for organizations that combat these issues, we can make a difference in supporting veterans and building them better lifestyles. By reaching out to your local Department of Veterans Affairs and other government agencies, you can volunteer your time, you can donate your money, and you can overall just help veterans out who struggle mentally and to help them recover from the warrior's ethos mindset and to put them back into their civilian fervor. In my experience, I've helped out many military personnel, and because of this, I found joy myself in seeking and helping out those who seek it. And honestly, it should be encouraged that if someone's struggling with suicide, not just veterans, that they should speak up, that they should say, hey, I'm struggling with a lot of hardships in my life. And it's because of this that I really want to encourage that if you're struggling with suicidal ideations, tell somebody. Anybody would be more than willing to just talk about it and show support for you. I'm sure of it. Now, simply donating your time and money is not a foolproof plan to end veteran suicide. It is, however, a way to mold our society to be more loving and caring to our brothers and sisters. Now, why should we do this? I mean, the world is already an imperfect place, but in my opinion, the world can be very different. There's a lot of problems that can't be fixed, and even the idea of suicide can't. But I believe that if we dedicate enough time to ending veteran suicide, we can focus more of our efforts and our motivations to just conquering many other problems, such as world hunger, child abuse. There's so many other problems in the world that can be fixed by simply just getting motivation from others. And I believe that we can start with veteran suicide. And by limiting the number of veteran suicides, we can make the world a better place. So this is why I want to encourage you guys to act with love and good deeds. I really want to encourage you guys to donate to your local Veterans Affairs office. I encourage you guys to dedicate your time in volunteering to help those who are in need. And if you log on to va.gov, you can figure out many other different. You can find many options and ways you can serve those who have served us. So with all this being said, let's end veteran suicide in hopes for a better future. Thank you for listening.